1456, sailors under Portugal's flag reached a barren volcanic archipelago in the mid-Atlantic. No people, no settlements, nothing. Within 6 years, these islands anchored an empire. What made Cape Verde so valuable begins before anyone set foot on shore. By the mid-15th century, Portugal had turned Atlantic voyaging into a state-backed industry. At the center of this push was Prince Henry, who coordinated resources from his base in southern Portugal. He was a royal patron rather than a sailor, gathering astronomers, shipwrights, and captains to solve the practical limits of ocean travel. Portuguese crews were already pressing south, along the West African coast, driven by the search for gold and trade routes that bypassed land networks. This systematic effort turned sailing from desperate coastal crawling into organized oceanic navigation. When ships steered west into the open Atlantic, they did not wander by chance. They operated within a deliberate program of exploration designed to turn geographic knowledge into territorial expansion. Portuguese shipyards engineered the caravel, a light, agile vessel designed specifically for the open ocean. Instead of relying on heavy, slow cargo ships, explorers used these nimble craft equipped with triangular lateen sails. This rigging allowed crews to tack against the wind, navigating hostile currents and returning home against the very breezes that carried them out. Far from the coast, pilots managed the terrifying uncertainty of the deep sea with a small toolkit, the magnetic compass for direction and the mariner's astrolabe to measure star heights and calculate latitude. Navigators also mastered the ocean's natural systems, riding the Canary Current and the steady northeast trade winds southwest. This combination of agile ship design, celestial science, and predictable winds turned the open Atlantic into a viable highway, ready for the first contact. In the spring of 1456, the Venetian captain Alvise Cadamosto and his Genoese partner Antoniotto Usodimare sighted a cluster of low, dark shapes rising from the Atlantic horizon. This was the first recorded European contact with the Cape Verde archipelago. Landing on the island of Boa Vista, the explorers found an empty territory with no signs of human life. Instead, they encountered a harsh, silent volcanic outpost of basalt cliffs, parched scrub, and black rock. The air was dry, and the terrain was barren, shaped by ancient eruptions. Cadamosto documented the landing in his logs, recording the coordinates of these uninhabited landfalls, including the island of São Tiago. This 1456 encounter was not an act of colonization, but a moment of geographic discovery. For the first time, these remote volcanic peaks entered the written records of Europe, moving from ocean mysteries into charted physical realities. Translating a physical sighting into a sovereign possession required more than a temporary landfall. It demanded administrative proof. Because the original ship logs vanished, historians reconstruct the official claims from surviving royal charters, hand-drawn portolan charts, and personal recollections. Diogo Gomes served as a primary witness, dictating his detailed navigational memories late in life to the cartographer Martin Beheim in a manuscript titled De Prima Inventione Guineae. Yet, the legal authority of the claim rested on Antonio Dinoli. King Afonso V issued Dinoli formal royal patents, confirming his role as Captain Donatary and governor of the territory. These overlapping claims sparked immediate disputes over authority and priority, turning the archipelago from a physical space into a legally documented territory. By formalizing these early charters, the Portuguese crown secured its legal grip on the islands, bringing Cape Verde firmly into the empire's administrative memory. The barren shores of the archipelago held a value that surpassed mere territorial possession. By securing these islands, Portugal gained command over the natural intersection of the Atlantic's wind and current systems. Positioned directly in the path of the northeast trade winds, the islands served as an essential offshore outpost. Here, outward-bound crews took on fresh water, gathered salt, repaired battered caravels, and rested before pushing south along the West African coast. These volcanic peaks functioned as a secure, state-controlled gateway that anchored Portugal's expanding global trade routes. By 1462, Portuguese presence solidified with the founding of Ribeira Grande on the island of Santiago, establishing the first permanent European town in the tropics. Under Governor Antonio de Noli, settlers cleared the volcanic soil to plant cotton, indigo, and sugarcane. This agricultural push quickly expanded into a far more consequential system. The archipelago became a central staging ground for the transatlantic slave trade, serving as a secure hub where captured West Africans were processed before their forced transport across the ocean. Charting the islands had ended. Their absorption into an extraction empire had begun. Today, Cape Verde stands as a vibrant global crossroads. These islands proved that isolation is temporary, shaping the interconnected world we navigate now. Subscribe for more historical journeys.